Hello and welcome to my channel today. So my name is Lulu. I'm in the business of helping you make money for sure. How have you guys been? It's been 7 days since I put up the last video and I'm really sorry about that. You know, it's the festive season. A whole lot of clients are trooping in to buy properties and it's one site inspection to the other on a daily basis. So many occasions anyways, but that's not an excuse. I'm here today and as usual, I'm here to drop out some nuggets, some real estate nuggets that you should consider before getting into real estate investments. Yeah. So today, I want to talk on before you get into that real estate investment. What is your aim? What is your purpose of investing? And then at the same time, there's certain calculations you need to put in place, there's certain check-ins, certain researches that you have to do to ensure that your investment isn't just going to lie there, not yielding you as much as you should earn. So today I'm going to talk about the section. I'm going to be dividing it into two. So today we'll be talking about houses. Then my next edition I'll be talking about land. Now let's talk about houses. Yes. What is your purpose of owning a house? Are you owning that are you owning a house? Are you buying a house so that you get to live in it? Or are you buying a house so you put it out for rental purpose? Or thirdly, are you buying a house so you could use it for short-let apartments? Yes, Airbnb. Three questions I asked, and then I will give you the reasons, and which then you decide which is more advisable. There's no problem owning a house, but then again, before you own a house, do you own something that can give you positive cash flow? Secondly, there's actually no problem for you owning a house and then putting out for rent. Then again, the rental value, is it does it supersede the inflation rate? Thirdly, are you owning a house so you put it out on short-let apartments whereby you tend to earn 9 per night for as long as you decide or you desire? Then again, I'll break this whole three down. Now, there's nothing wrong in owning a house, but then again, don't forget, you own a house. Yes, you're no longer paying rent. Then you probably have a job. You probably have a business that you're running. Now, another thing is, let's say for instance, God forbid that your business doesn't yield you as much money as it should, or you're being laid off your work. Do you have cash flow? Do you actually have cash flow coming into your pockets? Can you sustain yourself? That's one question. And then for the second option of you owning a house and put it out on rent. Now you put it on rent for the period of 12 months. And then you probably, let's say for instance, you get a house of 44 million and then you put it out on a yearly rent of 3 million naira. Yeah, that's not bad. That's good as well. Then again, by the time you do your calculations, the 3 million naira you receive, is it being affected by the inflation rate? And also, how long will it take you to recoup the capital invested? Yes. Thirdly, this is actually my favorite option. When you buy a house, do you put it out for rent? Do you put it out for short-let? Do you put it out for Airbnb purpose, whereby you tend to earn on a daily basis? Okay. Now, if you do the calculation on a daily basis, I'm smiling, right? You do the calculation on a daily basis, you realize that it beats the rate of inflation. Okay, so let's get into some little calculations. I won't be able to put it up on the screen, but please, I hope you follow through. So, for example, let's say you own a house, you buy a house of 44 million naira. Okay, for example, because right now you can't find a house of 44 million naira because basically building materials and all the items are quite expensive right now. So developers are putting up more money because they need to make profits. That's the reason of getting into business in the first place. Okay, so let's do this calculation. For instance, hypothetically, you own a house of 44 million naira and then you get a rental income of 3 million naira. Okay, 3 million naira yearly. Now you do 3 million all over 44 million times 100. Okay, now by the time you do the calculation, you realize that what you get is 6.8%. 6.8%, that is what you get. Now, what is the rate of inflation? What's the inflation rate in Nigeria? It's about 14 points. I don't actually have the figure as of today, but I know it's approximately 14%. 6.8% and 14%, which is higher. That means it's still below. So any business, like I've always said, any business you're doing and then your profit or your return is not giving you above the inflation rate, you're not making money actually. Then again, that same house, I've given you the option of putting it out for rent, and now I'm going to give you the option of short-let apartment, which is the Airbnb purpose. Now, that same house, right? That you bought for 44 million naira, okay? And then let's say, how are we going to do this now? Okay, let's say monthly, right? Monthly, you get 1 million naira. Monthly, at most, you get 1 million naira from it, okay? Now, 1 million naira by 12 months in a year is 12. We're going to do 12 all over 44 million times 100 times 100. By the time you do division, you realize that it's 27.7%, which is way above the inflation rate. So as a typical businessman or a businesswoman or a business lady, which option would you go for? Definitely you go for the option of short-let apartment. You know, it is very important for you to understand if you're getting, you can have a real estate investment, no problem, but then again, you should realize that we also have the positive cash flow and then the negative cash flow. What is positive cash? Let me start with negative. What is negative cash flow? Negative cash flow is when you buy a house, you own a house, but then again, you tend to spend on that house from your pocket, not from the return. So that means you're not actually making money, rather you're spending money. But then again, when you have a house and then you put it out for short-let apartment, guess what? You tend to earn money from it. On a monthly basis, I'm putting that to minimum of 1 million naira on a monthly basis, okay? Then you realize that you're not spending money from your pocket to take care of the house. Rather, the house is generating revenue for you. It's generating revenue for you to take care of the house. So which would you rather go for? Short-let apartment, obviously. So I would advise, if you're looking at getting a house, it should be for a basic reason. What's the basic reason? One, that is giving you positive cash flow. Positive cash flow, not just cash flow, positive cash flow. Something you can rely on for as long as you want. Okay? Positive cash flow. And then secondly, you get it at the right location. Because if you get the location wrong, trust me, your cash flow will be messed up. What you probably envisage that you probably get about 3 million, or let's go for rental, you get about 3 million. You find out that you find it difficult to even rent out one, and then secondly, when you're able to rent it out, you get it for probably 1 million naira per annum, which is basically a negative cash flow. Okay, you're not really making money. One, you have to get the location right. Secondly, it needs to give you positive cash flow. And then thirdly, very important, like I've always said, the construction has to be solid, because you don't want to have a property that probably yields you already positive cash flow and then along the line it collapses. Doesn't make any sense. Or you don't want to actually have a house whereby, yes, it gives you the negative cash that you tend to spend from your pocket to take care of the house because the house wasn't properly done. Okay, it wasn't a standard building. They used probably low substandard goods to take care of the house, or probably build the house or construct the house, and then you realize that you're spending more money, and then along the line it sinks. You don't want to get that. So it's actually important for you to watch the construction process of a building. I always advise this. I always advise this. Starting from the beginning, key into an off-plan sale. That way it gives you ability to watch the progress of the construction, and then you tend to know what has been used. You tend to even decide that I want my own unit, this is what I want. Okay, so these are like the reasons why, or the facts and figures you have to put together before getting to the real estate investment. I've thought for so long. I'm sorry, I'm actually looking at the camera, looking sideways. I'm actually looking at the camera, I'm trying to get the focus. Okay, so I hope you're able to learn something. One, what I think we should take out from here is, one, getting the location right when it comes to investing in houses. Secondly, it's actually advisable to ensure that your property you have gives you positive cash flow, which is why you should go for the short-let apartment option when getting a house. Thirdly, yes, nothing wrong with rent, but at the same time, you should also ensure that the rental income beats the inflation rate. I hope I've been able to give out some nuggets that have been helpful. If you want to know more on how you can get started, or advices or direction or guidance on getting that real estate investment, getting a house, okay, getting a property, I'll be leaving my contact below. And also, is this your first time joining our channel, please click the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you have questions, please leave it on the comment section. Thank you. Do have a lovely day. Mwah.